Hello, everyone. My name is Christopher Morency, and I'm the editorial director at Highsnobiety, based here in London. We're here for Copenhagen Fashion Week, Autumn Winter 2021. And today I'm speaking to Tanne Winter, who is the head of design at Wiz, who I'm seeing on screen right now. How are you?
I'm good, fine. Thanks. How are you?
Good, good. How was the response of the show? Finished 2 seconds ago.
Well, here at the headquarters, it's really good. You don't get the same atmosphere as a real show, of course, but we're super excited.
I guess you guys pre-recorded it a few days ago or a few weeks ago, perhaps even.
Yeah.
So I wanted to speak about a few things today. I've been to I think it was Reigns' first runway show a few seasons ago,
Yeah.
and it was a real step up for the brand, really reaching from mostly an accessories brand and outerwear brand into a full range, and that's been going on 2 3 seasons. I kind of want to zoom into this one. It felt pretty sci-fi, so to say. Can you elaborate a bit upon the inspiration behind the collection, how it's fitting with the times now, and the process of how it all came together?
I can try. So, well, we call this collection Anticipate. And we try to capture this feeling or this certain stage we're all in, looking ahead to something unknown. But we didn't want to approach it with a negative, you can say a negative side. We wanted to empower people and bring some positive vibe to the whole situation. So we worked a lot with this protected shields in terms of heavy outerwear garments, also gearing up, layering up, all being alert and ready for what's coming. But I wouldn't put the word sci-fi necessarily on it. For us, it's more about creating a more cinematic build-up with this show. We wanted the show to reflect the storyline and the title Anticipate. And hopefully you were kind of curious towards this unknown object hanging in the air, and hopefully also engaging a bit with this crowd or this community of people looking into questioning what is hanging there and what's going to happen and so on. So that was kind of more the main idea behind the collection. But if we look more into some of the thoughts behind the collection, we have worked a lot with the contrast. We were trying to embrace the dark, you can say, but still also trying to catch the light. And we have done that both in terms of small reflectives running through the collection. We are working with a more tactile velvet surface in the PU, and we're really exploring new fabrics. So we are known as this matte PU fabric presented on our rainwear, but now we are starting to adapt other fabrications to give more a variation in our looks. Of course, all focusing on fashion and function. That should go hand in hand when you talk about rains. And color-wise, we are, of course, throughout some seasons now, we have been quite inspired by this more grounded, earthy color palette, but now we wanted to bring something new to the table. So we introduced this more industrial-inspired grayscale color palette combined with a more monochrome black and white. But we also wanted to lighten up the dark, you can say. So we are also presenting like a winter pastel in a ice, and capturing the light in the fabrics and working with the reflectives and so on. So hopefully it wasn't too dark. It wasn't the intention to bring that to the show, at least.
I think it was very fitting for the time now. I live close to Hyde Park here in London, and when I walk around every day, the amount of different outerwear brands you see people wearing nowadays is just crazy. I've never seen people wear so many pieces, from the North Face until Patagonia until Arc'teryx. This idea of protective gear, as you mentioned with this one, is something that comes back a lot more now. Actually, people have a lot more time in their houses, in their neighborhoods, and
Exactly.
I wonder, when you walk around Copenhagen, is that something you see as well? And also, what I'm trying to get to is it feels very fitting for the times we live in now, this collection, this idea of comfort also, but also
Yeah,
utility, right?
yeah, exactly. I think I think actually the whole mindset of fashion and how we adapt it into our everyday life is kind of changing this at least this year and in our
Yeah.
minds as well. Um, I think everyone is going towards this more comfort or maybe even function, and they prefer that over fashion at the moment. But you can also tell that there are this certain longing after what was there. So I think definitely at the moment you have this comfort function appeal going on in the fashion picture. But of course, a new chapter will be there one day, and then maybe suddenly fashion is the thing to prefer. But I actually think it's all about also as a brand about purpose and relevance, and if you're needed in the market. And I think what Range brings to the table is the fact that right now we are covering function, and we are also ready to give the fashion part later on.
Yeah, I really like that duality. How far can you push that fashion part? How have you seen that in the past couple of seasons when the brand has taken more of that approach, moving away from just a few product categories to this, like we spoke upon
Mm.
earlier on? What's that process been like when you start a collection all the way in the beginning? What's true to your, and what part of it can you actually push when you're creating new silhouettes and choosing your fabrics, etc.?
Yeah, so I think a lot of people, when they hear or they know about Rains, is of course our core identity, which is linked to this matte PU, and you could see it as like a limit that this is what you can do. But somehow I feel like it actually make us wanted to be first movers or front runners within our field, and we wanted to be the
Hmm.
experts. Just like we're presenting our puffers with this unique technique where we are still remaining waterproof. Um, but also we are playing with surfaces and actually as a designer, I more see it as a creative box where the matte PU is our foundation. Now we are starting to incorporate new fabrications, but it's always about keep being relevant and being true to the DNA as a brand. Of course, we started as just a rainwear brand. Now we are moving towards becoming this more lifestyle focused brand, you can say. Um, and I think that's a really interesting transformation. If you look at this autumn winter collection, we're presenting this a really wide range on our heavy winter thermal part. We have shown puffers before. Now we are showing also glacial, which is this more durable tech, more solid fabric with a trill structure.
Hmm.
We're also presenting a new, more semi-shiny crinkle surface. So we are bringing new things to the table, but always having function and fashion in mind. And also something new, which are something we are looking very much into, is this more supporting element to of being an outerwear brand. So we are presenting fleece and quilted, light quilted things, garments that you can style underneath uh, your outerwear. So that is not about keeping you dry from the rain. This is about, of course, keeping you warm, but it also stands as a solo piece that you can just wear. And so I think slowly and carefully we are trying to expand and create a wider range of products, but we really want to be relevant. And I think it's quite easy as a designer just to make a lot of products and do a lot of new concepts. It's actually harder
Yes.
to choose. It's harder to choose not what's not to do and select deselect stuff.
100%. It's again a duality between practicality and pushing it forward. Congrats on the collection. I would,
Yeah.
urge everyone to check it out. A few of the Rain products myself, and I can highly recommend. And hopefully, we can catch up very soon in better circumstances and enjoy the day and the win of today and the new collection.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.
Nice speaking to you as well. Speak soon.
Bye.